welcome to another edition of Talk Business with Audrey. Today is day number 10. Today is the 10th day on my video challenge for 100 videos over the next 100 days. And so today I'm going to be talking to you about book fairs. Book fairs are really another great way to get your book out there. I remember doing a book fair called the Harlem Book Fair, and I did that probably about 3 times. And I really like doing book fairs because book fairs allow you to get in touch with the people who actually buy your book, and you get to talk to them in person, one-on-one, as they're buying your book. So one, it helps you get your name out there. That's the first thing. But two, it helps you find out more about the people that are actually reading your book. And the cool part is you get to sign your little signature, and sign the books and be like, feeling really famous at that point. But anyway, I did the Harlem Book Fair a few years back, and it was really a great book fair. And what I found was at that particular book fair, and I did really good. My sales were really great at that book fair. It was a lot of people. It was it was on 125th Street in Harlem. So we're talking about New York City here. We're talking about Harlem. So there's a lot of people that come out on a Saturday morning for the Harlem Book Fair, and so they shut down 125th Street, and it was just authors all up and down the block. So it was really cool. So I got to meet people who were not only buying my books, but I also got a chance to meet other authors, which was also really cool. Because you get a chance to talk to people and see what they're writing and see what they're doing. I met LaShonda Henry there, and I remember when we met at the Harlem Book Fair, and she has done some amazing things since I've met her. So get a chance to check her out. Her name is LaShonda Henry, and her company is Sister Sense, and she does some really great things. That was my first time meeting her. We were neighbors at the Harlem Book Fair, and that was pretty cool because one of the things about doing a street book fair is that you want to make sure that you position yourself next to a bathroom. We just so happened to be in a good position that there was a building behind us that allowed us to use the bathroom. So when I had to go make a little run or whatever, she kind of manned my table for me, and I did the same for her. Like, she and her husband was there, me and my husband was there, and it was kind of cool. So that was the other great thing. You get to meet some great people, some other authors who are writing and doing stuff like that. But most importantly, you get a chance to meet the people that are buying your book. I found it very interesting at the Harlem Book Fair, this particular time that I went, that most of the people that were buying my books were were attorneys and doctors. And I found that really interesting. And I was like, everybody that came to my table were doctors and attorneys. So I finally asked one of them, because they started congregating right at the table and talking to each other. And I said to her, one lady, I said, listen, why did you become an attorney? And she said, I became an attorney because my parents were both professionals. One was a doctor and one was a lawyer. And so that was the path that they wanted me to choose, and that's the one that I chose. But I want to do something else different. And you're probably saying, what, they are entrepreneurs in a sense because they have to run their own practice. However, when you have an idea for something as an entrepreneur and it's something that you're passionate about, it's a little bit different than something that you go to school for. Now, unless your passion is really, I always wanted to be an attorney, that's what I always want to do, that's what I'm passionate about, that's different. But when someone tells you, it's expected that you go and become a doctor, or it's expected that you go and become a scientist, or whatever it is, and it's not really something that you want to do, that's a little bit different. So I found that very interesting, that mostly everybody that purchased my book were people that were either a doctor or an attorney. And so I got a chance to talk to them and find out why. And it was because they wanted to pursue something different, something that they had dreamed about doing. So that was pretty cool. Now, I got to tell you this. Quick little story. So the Harlem Book Fair is an outdoor book fair. So if you are thinking about doing a book fair, make sure to check your logistics, because this is where I messed up. We were good for the location for the bathroom. However, the book fair is in June. Just to give you an example, it was hot. It was hotter than, what I want to say, but I won't say it. And we didn't have a tent, because not thinking that we needed a tent at an outside book fair. And when I tell you it was hot, it was hot. So for like hours, I had to sit in the sun and endure the heat beaming down on us. And my poor husband, I think he was so mad at me, but he's always been so supportive. He was right there with me. We were hot too, but we didn't have a tent. So check your logistics and make sure if you're gonna do an outside book fair, make sure that you have a tent. Make sure that you're positioned close to a bathroom. Make sure that you have water and snacks because I was lucky to have him there. I was lucky also to meet LaShonda because you don't know how the people are next to you. And hopefully they're good people, but you may need to make a food run or a bathroom run. You can't pack up everything and go because you're there for the duration, but you may need to make a run. So make sure that you are prepared when you do these book fairs. You have enough books. I always had enough books. That was never an issue. I had water and food, and thank God we located close to a bathroom, but we didn't have the tent. So make sure that you know your logistics if you're going to be doing a book fair. Now, book fairs are pretty reasonable. You could probably do a book fair from anywhere from $25 to $500. I haven't really seen any over $500 to be a book vendor. However, I did the Jacob Javits Book Expo, and that's pretty expensive, but that's an industry event. That is for authors and publishers and media and people like that. So that event is a little bit different. And if you're lucky and you want to do the Jacob Javits Book Fair, and then you have a publisher, you may be able to come with your publisher to do that particular book fair. And if you do that, your publisher will host you there, and so you don't have to pay the money out, lay that money out for your space because your publisher has probably already laid the money out for that space. And then they have smaller pavilions, like they have the self-publishing pavilion, they have the African-American pavilion at these book fairs. And so that also cuts down on the price, but for the most part, industry expos are pretty much expensive. So you're talking about $2,000 to $5,000 to be a vendor. And so if you're lucky to get in there because your publisher is there, or they have smaller pavilions for for your group, then that's a good thing. So check that out. But just make sure that you do your logistics, you do your homework, and you find out which one is best for you. Now, another place that you could do, and this is not a book fair, but expos are really good too. I used to do the Circle of Sisters Expo all the time, and every time I did it, my sales were always great. But here's the thing: there's a lot of people coming through the expos, so you sell a lot of books. If your book is good, and I would always sell a lot of books. And I remember one time, I did. We shared a booth. My friend Lori and I shared a booth, and she was giving out information about. She's a credit professional. Like, she helped you get your credit straight and things like that. So she was passing out information about her credit business, and I was selling books, and I did really well. So, and that was at the Circle of Sisters Expo, and that normally comes out, I want to say October, and it's also in New York at the Jacob Javits Center. So, expos and book fairs are a great way to get your name out there and get your book out there. It's a great way for you to get to know your clients, your potential clients. It's a great way for you to get feedback about your book and what people are looking for, because some people may already have your book, or some people may have, especially in the day of social media, in this day and age of social media, a lot of people may already know who you are because you're on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and Instagram and Pinterest and all these great places, and they may just want to come out and meet you. And you want to make sure, if you're going to be at a book fair, especially now, back then social media wasn't like this. So if you're going to be at a book fair, you want to start telling people right now to check you out at the book fair. If you're going to have a booth number, like at Jacob Javits Center for the Circle of Sisters, you normally get a booth number. So once you pay your money, you know what booth you're going to be in. Have people come out and look for you, because people that have bought your book offline, they'll come out and get their book signed. And that's pretty cool too, because you get to take pictures of these people and thank them for supporting you and seeing how you can help them more pursue their dreams of whatever it is that you're doing. So think about doing book fairs and expos, because they are a great way to sell more books. They're also a great way to meet more people, and it's also a great way to get your name and your brand out there in front of some people who may not have ever heard of you. So think about book fairs, think about book expos, and hey, listen, day number 10, only got 90 days left. Count them down one day at a time, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another great book marketing tip. And listen, if you want more exposure for your book, don't forget to check out BehindTheBookTV.club. BehindTheBookTV.club. One day I'm going to get that right. That is a TV channel on Roku. Roku is a smart TV streaming box, a smart streaming TV, or a smart streaming TV stick. And so there are 15 million people who have Rokus. So that puts you in the living rooms of 15 million people around the world who are looking for new and great content to watch on their television. So listen, check out BehindTheBookTV.club. And if you want help with your business, go by my website, talkbusinesswithaudrey.biz, and I'll be happy to help you. So until tomorrow, make it a great day.